Hello and welcome to XYZ. This is an interactive podcast that attempts to address some very real issues facing young Americans today. Regardless of your culture, color, or other differences, young men in the United States have unprecedented challenges. Did you know, according to a study out of Stanford, for example, that young men today are 3 times more likely to overdose, 4 more times more likely to commit suicide, and 14 times more likely to go to jail? Now, regardless of the reasons, it's clear that some young men are heading in the wrong direction. The purpose of this podcast is to reshape the conversation around young men in the United States and their challenges by sometimes using humor to cut through the stigma, to tackle issues, use common sense, and give directional ideas and support for listeners. Any situation can be perceived differently. Things like age, experience, technology, and background matter. We've discuss real topics, have a laugh at the differences, and brainstorm to try to find some courses of action that young men can take today. Our goal is to find a common ground between the older and younger while helping listeners one day at a time. Today's guest is Ivan. Welcome, Ivan.
Nice to see you, my friend.
Our topics today are, how do you feel about being a relatively new American and also your international perspective on what's going on in Europe and other places. And, what are the challenges that you're facing with today, especially around economics and being new to the country? So my first question for you is you're from the Ukraine, correct?
Yeah.
And you have been here for less than a year, so you're a newbie. And you do have a job that you work very hard at. And what is that you do?
So, first of all, I want to say that English is not my native, and, I'll try my best, but maybe you will see somewhere rusty stuff, but we'll deal with it, yeah? Okay, I'm from Ukraine, and, I came here not so long time ago, as you said, and I'm working hard. I'm working as a tennis coach, and, I'm doing my best, running my new business, and it's incredible. It's incredible how many this country give me opportunities, and how I can find different directions and different interesting ideas and stuff from everywhere. And, it's totally new. It's totally new for me to have so much, you know what I mean?
When you say so much, do you mean better places to eat, more choices to live, opportunities?
Mainly, I'm talking about variety of directions which I can pick because, I'm working hard on my tennis career here, but, I already have so many new hobbies and so many new directions and friends where I can try myself. For example, you invite me to this podcast. And occasionally, 10 minutes ago, I told you that I'm trying myself in acting and, some kind of interesting art thing.
Yeah.
Art, I don't think that's proper word.
So the different kinds of expressing yourself, art that you can participate in.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. Well, it's interesting because you as a new person to America come and you basically say this is the land of opportunity. That's what I hear you saying. And one of the biggest complaints we have with some of the young men in America is that, man, it doesn't feel like there's any opportunities out here. But I mean, to me, do you think there's a difference because you put more effort into finding what you can do, or how do you think they see it that way and you see it with a lot of opportunities? What's the difference in your approach? I have some ideas, but I'd like to hear what you have to say.
I think, the main stuff, it's about how hard you want something.
Yeah.
And, we'll talk probably about it later, but I have some situations and some rough times in my life.
Yeah.
And, it changed my mind. So for now, I understand that everything in my hands and I can try my best and only everything depends on me, and
well, that's a very interesting perspective because in today's world, in Generation X, we believed in personal responsibility.
Mm-hmm.
If we lost the sports game, it was on us. It wasn't because the judge was biased or we were not at the home field or a host of other reasons. And it seems like a lot of people, when they're looking to pursue opportunities, instead of saying it's on me, they're looking to everyone else to present that opportunity. And I don't think that's a realistic way to accomplish success. You have to take personal responsibility like you are. The second thing you said that I really like is, you know what my definition of luck is?
Mm-mm.
Hard work meets preparation.
Mm-hmm.
People come to you, oh, you're so lucky. You're lucky you have this. Well, they weren't there when you failed 50 times, picked yourself up, dusted yourself off, and kept going. So for me, your hard work too, with your personal responsibility, gives you a different outlook on America. And I would hope that other people, even if it's a small win, start holding themselves responsible. It's not your teacher's responsibility. It's not your parents. It's not your universities. It's not your boss. It is entirely up to you. And until people accept that, they're going to stay where they are. And I don't think a lot of people are happy where they are. I think even me at 58, I want to continue going forward. Well, the only one I can rely on to do that is me. That's it. So I really like that. And so you have a lot of opportunities. You're exploring things. When you see what's going on at the universities and stuff, have you seen any of the protests and things about Palestine or equal rights or anything like that? Have you been following any of that, or are you just not interested? Well, I should ask, do you watch the news?
It's like question about interested I am or not. It's a tough question because of course I'm interested. I want to be aware of what's going on, like, and predict something to myself, how I will move like on and what I should think about like on my way. Do I involve in protest or different stuff which going on like in America or universities?
Yeah.
Not really.
Yeah.
And I just don't want to waste my time there. It's not about that I'm not interested, but like, I have my own stuff to do, and I have important things to myself, and I'm dealing with it, and like, I have stuff to do. I can answer like this.
So I like that idea. What you're telling me is you've prioritized your time, and in the few times that you watch the news, you're actually looking to see how it can help you personally, in forecasting opportunities or understanding where you're living, etc. That's a very interesting way of looking at it. A lot of people watch the news to get mad or to validate some kind of thinking. And your way is, hey, I only have a certain number of hours in the day. I'm going to choose carefully. We have a saying at my age. It's called time stealers. People could be time stealers. The phone could be a time stealer. Watch your time stealers. Like, so what are tell me about the top 3 things you try to do during the day. Like exercise, study, what would it be?
I will come back to that in a minute. I just want to say my interesting thing about how I'm watching the news or how I take in information, because I'm literally do not watch the news at all. But, I'm more about analytics and podcasts, which I like believe and like, which have my respect or proven somehow to me, and I'm more listener. I'm more listener of the thoughts rather than just what happened.
Yeah.
And
so you like analysis.
Yeah.
Not just opinions that are spouted to make people feel one way or another.
Because I'm not professional.
Do you have a favorite podcast that you watch?
Mainly it's in my language. So Russian. I can leave some recommendations, but Ukrainian, Russian as well. But it's someone who I believe and like, because I'm not professional in this field.
Sure.
I'm not a politician. I'm not like economist. I'm not someone who dig into and can understand what's going on just from picking up information from different like news shows. That's why like I picking up this choice. Like,
so do you have other Ukrainian friends here in the United States?
Yes, of course.
Are young men as well? Any men?
Yeah, mainly it's my peers.
Your peers. So, do you feel they think the same way you do, or do they think, hey, there's opportunities here. I have to work hard. I have to protect my time. I have to learn when it makes sense. I mean, that's what I hear you saying.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. It's also about my choice. Like it's fun to notice, but it depends who you have around. It depends like how you move. Because, for example, for now, I'm really thinking about circle which I'm into, and like I'm really pickable. You use this word like into people, like to pick the people. Like it's important.
They're very selective.
Selective. Thank you. I appreciate it.
No worries.
And I'm really selective because I wasn't like this before. And, I wasted so much time to fun and like, just conversation about nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And now I'm okay to say that like I'm not interested in someone because like it's not make sense for me for that or another reason.
So in friendships and relationships, you have a certain profile in mind, someone who could contribute, someone who's positive, someone who can increase your quality of life, basically.
Yeah, for sure.
And if they can't do those things, you really don't have time for them. That's what I hear you saying. Is that correct?
For sure. And I can even like make it more specific because, for example, now I try to pick the friend who will be helpful for me in particular area of my life.
Sure.
And, I'm always thinking how I can be like, how I can help him in that or another like situation, because I have my advantages, I have my weaknesses.
Sure.
And, I try to find someone who will help me like to cover those weaknesses and to improve my strengths. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like, I don't know, different examples. For example, I need someone like to improve my blog. I'm doing my blog about tennis. I just started it and like I'm newbie there, but I'm doing great because I have a friend who she helps me to do it. She works with big brands. She's professional and she helps me to launch it. She gave me the skills.
Yeah.
And she's really into tennis, and I've helped her to improve her skills.
Sure.
He helped me, like he gave me her skills.
Yeah.
And win-win situation, and like we're doing great. We have a nice relationship apart from our tennis or blog stuff.
Well, it sounds like you're not only picking people that can help you with your career or even personally, but there's a win-win there. You're not just being selfish about it. You're saying, hey, listen, if you help me, how can I help you? How can we both get better or in a better place in this world? I really like that. So at our age, we're all cheating now. I'll tell you how we cheat. We're using ChatGPT and AI and stuff, and we'll get on and say, "Hey, listen, I want to get better at tennis. How would I do it?" And ChatGPT gives us like 5 ideas we might not think of. Do you find yourself using AI at all, or just is it an older guy thing?
No, of course, and like I have huge FOMO about not using enough.
Yeah.
And I'm leaving Aventura. It's how many, like I spent 2 hours today, like to get here. Yeah. And I listened for a new podcast with Sam Altman and the girl, I don't remember her name, like she's new to me, but she makes incredible podcast, as I see, because like she's doing nice. And like it was incredible topic. She asked like nice questions, and throughout this drive here, I felt that I'm missing something, and every time I'm listening something new for myself about AI or about like different tools, I'm finding myself in this FOMO. And I know it's not really productive stuff.
So when you say FOMO, just to be clear, fear of missing out.
Yes.
Yeah, you have this
opportunity.
I'm missing out on the opportunity.
Yeah. And, it's an interesting thought. I will share it with you and like with everyone who's watching, because like, it just came to my mind when I drive here. And, the thought is that I have this fear of missing opportunity in AI, and I pushing myself to learn something new, to try another like tools and all stuff. But I understand that I'm not really interested into it. Like it's don't give me energy.
Yeah.
I'm not feels that like it's my field, like I'm not appreciate this time like while I like on a computer or phone. I'm more about expressing myself like in different stuff, like connecting with people. And here I have this dilemma that I don't know what to do, because like I know, like, I think that I need to go that way as well, and like not waste, like put more time there.
To be an expert in AI, just learn how to use it more.
Yes, but I don't want to do it, and
It's the way I see AI is, look, our generation tries to adapt. We didn't have computers when we were growing up. We didn't have phones when we grew up. We played in the woods with sticks and stones. So the first computer I got was a TRS-80 from Radio Shack, and you had to use C language, and you were happy when it said hello to you. So our adaptation of technology, I think, is a lot slower than yours. So how I view AI personally is it's a tool that helps me at times when I need it. I won't over rely on it, and I'll never be an AI expert. Right? They're saying now with AI that it can do incredible things. And when you have humanoids at the same time, it's drastically going to change your generation's career paths. I mean, they opened the first hospital that's 100% robotic in China. It's open 24 hours a day. It has no nurses union. It has no labor disputes. It has no lawsuits. It has only better care because they're available all the time. So things are changing, and it's important to understand that change. And I like how you're engaged in the world through podcasts, because what I hear you saying is that you want a little bit more thoughtful communication. Like when we're on television, they're showing pretty pictures and have sound bites, but it seems like shallow, low value thinking, a lot of it. And how I define that is generalizations. All people are good. All people are bad. When they start talking generalizations and demonization and accusational censorship, I think a lot of America actually overall is turned off of mainstream media. They've had enough. They've been told something too many times that didn't come true. So I agree with you. I think podcasts are the future. The numbers show that a 10-year-old kid on a podcast has more following than all the mainstream media news networks combined. Well, there's a reason for that. Interest. They don't interest us anymore, and we don't believe it. So when you have those two things, I really like your news sources, and I think you still think for yourself, right? If something doesn't sound right, you investigate it and see if it's right. But your use of technology to be informed, I think, is the future for all of us, because we can't rely on television anymore. Now, there are some news networks that are coming out that are a little bit more balanced, thoughtful, but it's a little too late. Everybody's got their phone. Everybody's got their iPad. Everybody's got their computer, so it's kind of skipping over. It's like the radio trying to catch up when TV becomes color TV. It's kind of a little too late for that technology. And the newspaper trying to catch up with the radio, well, it's kind of gone.
It's actually like little nice option to use AI to find and gather like news, because you can ask like any model which you use, like GPT, and ask to find news from different sources and compare it, and even maybe give some analysis. And you can try it. But I never did it, but like it just
I do it all the time. I'll give you an example. We'll have a debate about the economy of Florida, and I'll go into ChatGPT and say, what are the 10 strongest points for the economy in Florida and against the economy in Florida? And I just love its access to data at such an astonishing speed. I read a book a week. I'm millions of light years away from AI. So it's like even the best informed people can't be as informed as it can search the net and all the posts and everything else so quickly. So I'm excited about AI. I think it's like anything. It could be used for good things, and it also could be used for bad. You could see how they're using it for manipulative algorithms like, hey, Ivan, how do you feel about this? Once they know how you feel about something, they keep bombarding you with it. I don't like that. I don't like those Google searches. I don't like what they're doing with Facebook. I don't like what some of the things, the algorithms they have to get you addicted to it so they could get higher ratings and make more money. To me, it's a drug that people get addicted to. So as far as what I hear is you're saying America's pretty cool. You think you'll ever go back to Ukraine someday, and would you go back to live there?
Of course, no, because it's my country and I love it, and I appreciate to be Ukrainian. And the thing is that, like, for now we have the situation which where I couldn't find myself. And I think, for example, my point, it's I came to this country and I appreciate every opportunities which this country gives me, and I want to give something back, and I will. But, I also want to learn here and bring this knowledge to my country and do the business together. Because my point, like, it's not to pick something or choose something and, like, get rid out of another option, but to combine it, and...
Well, that's interesting perspective, because a lot of people have had to leave their country and become Americans, but they actually still have a passion and love for where they come from. And in my opinion, that's a wonderful thing to have. But what I do like you saying is that you're embracing American values and you respect the values here, and you're not trying to change America.
Of course.
And I think that's really important for younger people to come, that we want this level of respect. My family came in the 1600s before it was a country. So I've been here for a long time, and I love my country, but I really love my culture. And I think that you may find, I could be wrong, that as an American, which you're becoming, you may be able to help your country more.
Of course.
From here, not from there. And what I mean by that is you're the intermediary that sets up the trade. You're the person that sets up the connections. Because the way I look at host countries in every country is you have tons of people that know their country. It could be Ukraine, Germany, Poland, anywhere. But they don't know America. And they don't know how this place works. And there's a great saying about spending money. America's the place to make money. Europe's the place to spend it. There's a reason, because everybody takes their vacations over there and all that. But there's more to that. If you think about the opportunities that you could present, when you assess something in another country as an American, you may be able to do trade or business or platforms there, especially with technology now. There's nowhere we can't be online where we can't connect. Nowhere. Maybe Mars, or the moon. But I'm talking about in the world. And it's another way to think about it. Say, hey, yeah, I could probably do okay if I stay here. And then it's sort of those things is just some advice is if you're looking on how to become who you want to be. One of those things I hear you saying is you want to give back. You want to give back to our country. You want to give back to Ukraine. Well, think about the top 5 things that they need. Is it housing? Is it resource? I really don't know. Is it technology? Is it oil? Is it how to process their rare metals? Whatever that is, you can make contacts here. The war's not going to last forever. And all things come to an end. And hopefully it'll be soon. We all pray for that. But when that happens, there's going to be a lot of change there. It's an interesting question. I don't know the answer to. Not for the Ukraine, but maybe something you could partially figure out. And if you do just a small change, it could have a large impact on a lot of people over there. And maybe it's your destiny to be here right now to find that out.
Yeah, for sure. You're totally right in everything what you said. And it's a nice question. And, I can tell that I'm starting from the beginning. And as you mentioned, I'm not trying to change your country. And I'm trying to understand your country. And this is a thing. I think it's important for me, to learn better and to learn faster how you guys become so successful and to understand who you are. And, that's why I'm learning US history. I found a teacher and I'm learning your country history because it's I understand from the beginning. I need to know what was there. And, I'm improving my language and, I have a teacher who helps me to improve my US English. And, I'm doing good in these areas. And, from this stuff, I will move to another. I will move to understand how you guys doing business and what spheres are really driven your country. And, next time when I come to visit my country, I will see what we miss and what I can bring there. And it's just incredible opportunity because we have it's important to say that we have war and it's a huge problem. It gives us so many step backs. You know what I mean? That's
setbacks in terms of every way. You can't go to school. You can't live the way you want. You can't You're not safe,
Yeah.
literally. I mean, so sure, I understand.
And step backs, I even mean like from economical side, from everything, and like we're losing so much time because we have war with Russia, and but of course it will end one day, hopefully soon, and in this moment we will also be much stronger, and we will be ready to improve ourselves. And I want to be in this moment, and I want to help my country, when this country will need me,
That's
of course,
cool.
like it will be fair to say that I could be there for now, and I could do something for my country now. But I think, and I'm truly believe what I'm saying, that for now it's better for me to study something new
Sure.
here, and then like in better moment, like help my country,
I understand. I like that loyalty. Well, I really appreciate your time today. I think in closing, I'd like to summarize what we learned today. That your generation in America may focus on the lack of opportunity, but new Americans focus on all the opportunities that they see because you have a fresh perspective. You're taking, I think what we learned is taking personal responsibility is important. Taking the time to learn about a culture that in a country you live in, guys, is the single most important thing you can do in any culture. Do not make assumptions. Be St. Francis. St. Francis said, seek to understand before you seek to be understood. That's a great saying. You're doing it. I think keeping a passion and a connection to the country you come to is wonderful. That's what makes America America, while acclimating to our culture. And I think all this is wrapped up with a lot of hard work and a lot of discipline, Ivan. And I'd like to say where we meet in the middle is I think Generation X is a lot like that. We had to take personal responsibility. Our parents left us. They said, go play till it's dark and come home. And we had to understand our culture because we didn't have this influx of generations of people coming so quickly. And, well, we know we have to work hard because we were never allowed to, how can I say it, to project blame onto other factors for our lack of success. It was always personal responsibility. So thanks very much again. And if you'd like to increase your emotional literacy out there, and be a little bit more understanding the young men, there's a group called Mentor Pro. Check it out if you're interested. Mentor Pro. And by the way, if you have any suggested topics or would like to participate, please reach out to us and we'll get back to you when we can. Please contact us at programming@roarnetwork.us. If you know anyone who could be in a crisis that's a young man or woman, please dial the support hotline at 988. And remember, no matter the small win that you have today, it will empower us and it will add up to huge success in the end. Thank you.